Before we get into the episode, I am thrilled to announce that the EntreMD Business School is open for enrollment. The EntreMD Business School is the only school of its kind for physicians who want to build 6, 7, and multiple 7-figure businesses. Over the last 2 years, we have had hundreds of doctors go through the school with unbelievable results. Some of them run brands, some of them run private practices, some of them are coaches, some have other kinds of service-based businesses or product-based businesses. And we've had people come in and cross the 6-figure milestone, cross the 7-figure milestone, cross the multiple 7-figure milestone. You will be in a place where you'll get the coaching, the community, the accountability that you need to thrive as an entrepreneur, especially in the times that we're in. So maybe you've been following me for a while. Maybe you've been getting so much out of the EntreMD podcast and you've been wondering, how can I work with Dr. Una and the community more? Well, this is your chance. Come join us in the EntreMD Business School. It is application only. So go to entremd.com/business to turn in your application. I cannot tell you how many doctors have made statements like this. I recovered my investment in the first week. I recovered my investment in my bank account in the first 90 days. This is the best investment I've made in myself ever. I want you to have that kind of story, not just a story of building a great business that serves a lot and earns a lot, but having a business that gives you the freedom to live life on your terms. So don't wait any longer. entremd.com/business. And now for the episode. Hi, docs. Welcome to the EntreMD podcast, where it's all about helping amazing physicians just like you embrace entrepreneurship so you can have the freedom to live life and practice medicine on your terms. I'm your host, Dr. Una. Well, hello, my friends. Welcome back to another episode of the EntreMD podcast. I was sitting and thinking about a session that I was going to host in the EntreMD Business School. It's 7 decisions you need to make to experience a quantum leap in the month of September. So I was, working on the content and all of that. And I started thinking about something that I thought was so funny. And I decided I was going to come talk to you about it. One of the decisions that I had on there was the decision to have more conversations and more collaboration. Okay. More conversations and more collaboration. I'm an introvert. So when I think about more conversations and more collaboration, that is not something that I'm like, that is so exciting. Let's do that. Okay. I do that now because of the amount of personal development that I've invested in. I've worked on myself a lot. But if I go back to the old me, I want nothing to do with conversations and collaboration. And with most entrepreneurs, they would rather be behind a computer, doing things on social media, tinkering at their website and logo, and, coming up with new names for their programs and things like that, rather than having conversations and being involved in collaborations. Now, when you think about it, okay, when I talk about conversations, I'm talking about, people are reaching out to ask you questions in your DMs and you're not responding. People are sending you emails and you're not responding. You have the opportunity to do virtual coffee chats over Zoom and you're not doing that. You have the opportunity to talk with potential clients who won't do that. You have opportunities for networking events, not doing that. Have opportunities to speak on stage. I have known people who are like, no, not going to do it. Of course, in the EntreMD world, and especially the EntreMD Business School, we know the answer to that question, right? As long as it's in alignment with what you're trying to do. So conversations. Okay, when we talk about collaborations, well, if you think about your business and who it serves, those people already exist and they're already in audiences that someone else is leading. And so the more you show up in front of other people's audiences, the more your audience grows, the more their audience grows, right? So this is not about manipulation. This is a win-win situation. And so I give the example of, say, I work with physicians, but I'm on the business side, right? So business strategy, business coaching, consulting, all of those things. And there's someone else who serves physicians, but this person is a weight loss coach for physicians. Okay. So I want you to think about it. We both serve the same audience, but we serve them in different ways. So I need you to imagine I am going on that person's, Facebook group or their IG or whatever. And I am going there and the person brings me on. I'm the guest. They're asking me all these questions. I get to talk about my concepts, my philosophies, how they can start businesses, how they can grow businesses, how it's a lie that they can't cross the 7-figure mark or multiple 7 or 8-figure mark and all of those things. So we're having that whole conversation there. And then she asked me maybe about my book. I talk about it. She asked me about the business school. We talk about it. But regardless of whether they buy or not, it's not about the buying, but there are people who are going to be like, man, I love what Dr. Una is talking about. I've had all these questions and she answered like 30% of them just from this IG Live. I want to follow her. And so they come into my world and they start listening to my podcast. And if the school is a good fit for them, they join it or they buy the book or whatever, right? So that's me going in front of somebody else's audience. And she can come in front of my audience and she's talking about macros and she's talking about, exercises that busy physicians can do. And she talks about how to be on be on call with all the junk that's around and still eat healthy and all of those things. And there are people in my audience who are like, oh my goodness, that's amazing. And they follow her, right? Do you see how that collaboration has created growth in both our audiences? Okay, so this is not about manipulation. This is about true collaboration, which is about creating a win-win situation for both parties. Okay, so conversations and collaborations. And so that is one of the decisions. I said, you're going to have to make a decision that you are going to engage in conversations and collaboration. Okay. But this is what made it amusing for me. If you think about it, I want you to think about right now, whatever your revenue goal is. Okay. So maybe this is your first $100,000 year. This is your first $500,000 year. This is your first $1 million year. This is your first 8-figure year, whatever that number is. Every single dollar you will ever make is in someone else's hands. Every single dollar. I want you to think about every single dollar you will ever make is in somebody else's hands. And so if you're not having collaborations, if you're not having conversations, if you're deciding I don't do people, if you decide I don't want to talk to people, the money's not going to fall from the sky. Think about it. If the money fell from heaven, it's counterfeit. Like they don't make money there, right? They don't make money there. They don't make dollars there. Okay. So I want you to think about it. Every single dollar is in somebody else's hands. And so the wider your circle, the more people will say yes, the more people you can serve, and the more you can earn. It's all tied to people. Entrepreneurship is simply solving problems for people and getting a thank you note from them called money. That's it. Like if we could break it down to the simplest thing, solving problems for people, getting a thank you note from them called money. So if you run away from conversations, you are running away from money. If you run away from collaborations, you are running away from money. And you may say, Dr. Una, I have taken my business to 7 figures and I have done none of this. What if your business could be a multiple 7-figure business and the only reason why it isn't is because you're not involved in conversations and you're not involved in collaborations, right? So literally, I came on here to tell you, stop running away from money. Stop running. I need to have the visual, right? I need to have the visual that dollars are chasing you. Like there's $250,000 chasing you, $500,000 chasing you, and it can't catch up with you. You're running so fast. That is exactly what you do when you say, I don't do people, and you don't want to be involved in conversations, and you don't want to be involved in collaboration. And I will tell you, I feel you 1,000%. Okay. Because for me, this is one of the hardest things, and I'm still working on it, right? There is still a certain level of reservation. But the more you embrace this, I was going to say the richer your life is. But when I say that richer, I don't really mean dollars. I mean richer in relationships, in connections, in opportunities, in open doors, opportunities to serve people, opportunities to earn more, even things you didn't plan for. I have had doctors in the business school who were engaging in collaboration, right? So I had a private practice doctor who's like, okay, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to talk to referral sources about who I am, what I do. Okay. And she goes out to do that. And then someone's like, oh yeah, so what kind of practice? And she's telling them, and they're like, oh, we're looking for a speaker for this. Would you be up for it? That's a paid speaking gig. How did she know that she was, that's what I mean. Like, you don't know. You don't know what happens when you engage in conversation and collaboration. It is magical. Okay. So the challenge I want to give you today is I want you to step outside of your comfort zone. Have more collaborations. Go to a networking event. Call up somebody who could be a referral source, and you guys have virtual coffee. Talk to your potential clients. Tell them, hey, would you refer someone to me? Talk to someone who's about to no longer be your client. Say, hey, could we continue to work together? Right? Talk to your fans. These are people who love you. They like you. They may not be your clients at all, but talk to them, right? Talk to them. Start engaging in conversation. Start engaging in collaborations. Reach out to someone and say, hey, can we do a joint IG Live? We serve the same people. We do different things. I believe what you do will be great for my audience, and what I do will be great for your audience. Reach out and do that. Build your circle. Building your circle is building your wealth. Building your network is building your net worth. They go hand in hand, okay? So again, I want you to have that visual of you running away from dollars. And I want you to decide, I don't do that anymore. I run towards dollars, okay? I run towards dollars. And how do I do that? By embracing conversations and collaborations. Now, this is going to be a little nerve-wracking if you're an introvert, but I'll tell you this, and I've said it many times, if you do something that's uncomfortable long enough, it will become comfortable, okay? And that's what's going to happen with you. It's only a matter of time, but the return on investment is going to be so huge on every side. It's not just the dollars. And I'm not minimizing the dollars. You know, we don't do that in EntreMD, okay? We did that as physicians, as a physician community, and look where it got us. So we don't do that. We serve and earn, and we make no apologies about it, but it will affect every aspect of your life, okay? So make the commitment, and I cannot wait to see where the reverse is happening for you, where instead of you running away from dollars are now running and overtaking you like, oh yeah, we got her, we got him. I can't wait to see that happen. Okay, so go engage in it. And you know what? If you're like, man, I did it and I didn't die and this is what happened and all of that, tell me, I want to know. Okay. So on Instagram, I am Dr. Una Chukwu. Okay. So you can go there, DM me, say, hey, Dr. Una, this is what happened. I would love to hear it. I would love to shout you out. As always, I'm rooting for you, and I'm 1,000% committed to your success. Okay. Now, remember that EntreMD is all about a movement, helping doctors build profitable businesses so they can live life and practice medicine on their terms. So what I want you to do is take this episode, share it with another doctor, tell them, oh my goodness, you have to listen to this. This is absolutely going to rock your world. And hey, we can do this together. We can hold ourselves accountable and make this work. This is our season of increased conversations and collaborations. We're going to stop running away from money. We're going to make money start running after us. Okay. Alrighty. Well, that's what I have for you. And I'll see you, my friend, on the next episode of the EntreMD podcast. Hey, if you love listening to the EntreMD podcast, I want to invite you to join EntreMD On Demand. It is my signature subscription program that gives you access to a library of business courses designed to help you do one thing as a physician entrepreneur, and that is to thrive. Just head out to entremd.com/on demand, and I'd love to have you join us. See you on the inside.